My wife walked into the living room one evening, looked me dead in the eyes, and said, "I'm pregnant. By your brother. Deal with it." I just sat there for a second, then calmly told her, "Well, congratulations." What she didn't expect was for me to bring up the fact that my brother had gotten a vasectomy 5 years ago. Turns out, the baby's real father wasn't my brother at all, it was actually my sister-in-law's husband. And once that came to light, everything blew up during Thanksgiving dinner. At the time, I was 32, sitting on our old couch in the living room. Marissa, my wife of 6 years, who was 30 at the time, came in wearing this smug little grin that instantly put me on edge. Things between us had been rough for months, our bedroom life was non-existent, we fought constantly about money, and she was practically living at her sister's house every weekend. I'd actually been planning to bring up marriage counseling, thinking maybe we could salvage things. Instead, she sat down across from me, didn't even sit next to me, which was a bad sign right away, and said, "We need to talk." Then she just dropped it on me, "I'm pregnant." My brain stalled out for a moment because we hadn't touched each other in 3 months. Before I could even ask questions, she barreled on, "It's Julian's." Now, Julian's my younger brother. He's 29, a successful contractor, recently bought himself a house. He was even the best man at our wedding. And here's my wife, arms folded across her chest, looking almost proud of herself as she told me this. "I know this is hard to hear," she said, "but Julian and I are in love. We've been together for months. You'll just have to accept it." I stared at her for a good 10 seconds, then simply said, "Congratulations." Her smirk faltered. She blinked at me. "That's it? Just, congratulations? What else am I supposed to say?" I replied. "You're having a baby. That's usually considered good news." "You're not mad?" she asked, almost nervous now. "Oh, I'm definitely feeling something," I told her. "But mostly, I'm wondering how the logistics of this are supposed to work, because Julian had a vasectomy 5 years ago." The color drained right out of her face. "What? No, he didn't." "Yeah, he did," I said. "Remember when he dated Lila? She had 3 kids and wanted more, but he didn't. He went ahead and got snipped, said he never wanted kids of his own. I was the one who drove him to the appointment." "You're lying," she shot back. So I pulled out my phone, scrolled through my gallery, and found the photo I knew was there, Julian sitting with a bag of frozen peas in his lap, giving a big thumbs up. I flipped the screen toward her. May 2019. He sent this to our group chat. He made jokes for weeks about shooting blanks. Marissa snatched the phone and stared at the picture with shaking hands. He never told me." "Probably because you never actually slept with him," I said. After that, things went off the rails. Marissa exploded, screaming that I was trying to gaslight her, claiming Julian must have secretly had it reversed, and that I was just making things up to hurt her. So I texted Julian, "Marissa says she's pregnant with your kid. Congrats." He called me immediately. "What? Bro, what the hell are you talking about? I haven't even seen Marissa since your birthday back in June." I put him on speakerphone. Marissa lunged for my cell, but I held it out of reach. Julian's voice came through loud and clear. "Is this why she kept sending me those weird DMs? I blocked her on Instagram last month because she was sending me thirst traps." "You blocked me?" Marissa shrieked. "Marissa, are you out of your mind?" Julian shot back. "You're married to my brother." Then he hung up. 16/09/2025, 21:08. The next morning, she tried to play the sweet wife routine. She actually made me breakfast, the first time in a year, and she was wearing lingerie at 7 in the morning. She sat down all soft-voiced and said, "Baby, I was confused. The pregnancy hormones are messing with me. It's your baby." I just panicked. I raised an eyebrow. We haven't slept together since August. That's not true, she snapped back. Remember after Harper's wedding? Harper's wedding was in July, I reminded her. It's November now. She scrambled for an excuse. I meant September. Labor Day weekend. I shook my head. Nope. I was at a work conference that weekend. You were at your sister Celeste's beach house. Remember? Her face drained again. Gotcha, I said. So how far along are you, exactly? 8 weeks, she stammered. So that puts conception in early September, when you were at Celeste's beach house. With Celeste and her husband, Terrell. She jumped up so fast her plate flipped, eggs splattering across the floor. I'm going to Celeste's. Cool, I told her. Pack your stuff while you're at it. Things spiraled even more after that. Marissa's mom, Evelyn, called me up crying, asking how I could throw out a pregnant woman. I reminded her that Marissa herself said the baby wasn't mine, but Julian's. She's just confused, Evelyn insisted. Pregnancy brain. No, I told her flatly, she's been cheating. We both know it. You don't know that, she shot back. Actually, I do, I said. I hired a private investigator last month when Marissa started acting shady. I've got photos of her meeting up with some guy at hotels. More than once. Evelyn went quiet. Then she asked, so you spied on her? I suspected she was cheating. Turns out, I was right, I replied. Then she hung up on me. That's when the family group chat blew up. Marissa added everyone, our parents, her parents, siblings, cousins, the whole crew. She posted this long rant about how I was abandoning her in her time of need and refusing to claim my own child. My mom was the first to respond. Didn't you just tell him the baby was Julian's? Marissa, I was confused, my wife typed back. Then Julian chimed in, I'm sending everyone my vasectomy paperwork right now. I've been sterile for 5 years. And he did. Posted the full medical record for the entire family to see. That's when Marissa's sister, Celeste, spoke up. This is a private matter. Stop airing family business. Which was an interesting reaction, considering she wasn't supposed to be directly involved. And then Marissa's other sister, Simone, dropped a bombshell. Celeste, didn't Marissa stay at your place for like 3 weeks in September? A second later, Celeste left the chat. Right after that, her husband Terrell left too. After Celeste and Terrell bailed from the family chat, Marissa followed suit. My dad dropped the only comment anyone needed, Thanksgiving's gonna be awkward. Not long after, I got a phone call from Terrell. First time he'd ever reached out to me directly. He just said, we need to talk. Man to man. We met up at a sports bar. The guy looked rough, dark circles under his eyes, stubble covering his face, and I swear he was still wearing the same shirt he'd had on in an Instagram story 3 days earlier. I asked him straight up, did you know? He shook his head. Not until that group chat. But looking back, a lot of things suddenly add up. Celeste's been acting off, always guarding her phone, accusing me of cheating out of nowhere. You think? Marissa and Celeste? I asked carefully. No, man. He took a long swallow of his beer, then said, I think Marissa and I. That knocked the wind out of me. What? Labor Day weekend. At the beach house, he muttered. I got blackout drunk. Woke up on the couch the next morning with my shirt on inside out. Marissa was acting really strange. Celeste told me I passed out early and she put me to bed, he continued. But. You think Marissa? I asked. 16. 09, 2025, 2108. He set his glass down and shook his head. I don't think anymore. I know. I found video in our cloud storage. Our bedroom security cam picked it up. My stomach twisted. At the beach house? Yeah, he said. We installed cameras because of all the break-ins around the neighborhood. It uploads automatically. And, he pulled out his phone, hesitated, then held it toward me. I can't show you the whole thing, but look at the timestamp. September 2nd, 3:27 a.m. Marissa, hair a mess, carrying her shoes, sneaking out of their bedroom. He explained that Celeste had been passed out on Xanax and wine. She takes anxiety meds and turns into a rock when she mixes them. So while Celeste was knocked out and he was half conscious from drinking, Marissa slipped in. I could barely process it. That's assault, man. You were out cold. He just gave this bitter laugh. Try telling that story to anyone. A guy saying he was assaulted while his wife was in the bed next to him. No one's gonna buy it. We sat there in silence for a while before he finally said, "The baby's probably mine." Timeline fits too well. I asked him what he was planning to do, and he just shook his head. Hell if I know. But Thanksgiving dinner's tomorrow at Celeste's mom's house. Everyone's gonna be there. You still going? I asked. Oh, I'm going, he said. And I'm bringing receipts. I wasn't planning to show up at Thanksgiving. It's hosted by Marissa's family every year, and honestly, after everything, it seemed smarter to stay far away. But then Julian hit up our brother's group chat. Bro, you need to come. Terrell told me something. Trust me. Right after that, my mom called me. She said Evelyn, Marissa's mom, specifically asked for me to be there because Marissa had some kind of big announcement. Against every instinct I had, I agreed. When I walked in, the whole place felt like a pressure cooker about to blow. Marissa sat shoulder to shoulder with Celeste, whispering frantically. Terrell was at the opposite end of the table, nursing straight bourbon like water. Julian sat near my parents, and a mix of aunts, uncles, and cousins hovered around, clearly sensing something was up but not sure what. Evelyn tapped her glass and announced that Marissa had something she wanted to share before dinner. Marissa stood, looking confident as hell, almost glowing. She said, "Despite the struggles in my marriage, I'm blessed to announce that I'm pregnant." The room broke into scattered applause and awkward congratulations. But a lot of folks gave each other sideways looks, remembering her struggles in marriage comment. Then she stared right at me and went on, "I've decided to raise this baby with someone who actually loves me. Someone who's been by my side through everything." With that, she grabbed Celeste's hand and declared, "My sister and I are moving in together. We'll raise this baby as a family, with or without the deadbeat dad." The air froze. Was she implying what I thought she was? Celeste looked caught off guard, but she forced a supportive smile and said, "Of course, I'll always support my sister." That's when Terrell pushed his chair back and stood up. "Actually," he said, "I've got something to share, too." The entire table went dead quiet. He continued, "Since we're already talking about the baby, maybe we should discuss how it was conceived." Marissa's face turned ghost white. "Terrell, don't." "No," he said firmly. "I think everyone deserves to know." He pulled out his phone, connected it to the Bluetooth speaker they use for music, and hit play. An audio clip filled the room. Marissa's voice, slurred and mean, "He won't remember anything. Celeste's passed out. Stop being such a baby about it." Then Terrell's weak voice, barely awake, "What? What are you doing? Stop." Marissa laughed. "She's unconscious. I put extra Xanax in her wine. Just lay back." The room erupted in gasps. Evelyn clutched her chest. "Turn it off." 16/09/2025, 21:08. "There's more," Terrell said. "There's security footage of her sneaking out of my bedroom. And photos from the PI showing her buying Plan B the next day. But clearly, that didn't work." Celeste stood slowly, eyes locked on Marissa. You drugged me. And then you slept with my husband. Marissa threw up her hands. It wasn't like that. He came on to me. We just heard you admit to drugging me, Celeste screamed back. That was taken out of context, Marissa whined. What context could possibly make that better? Celeste shot back, her voice breaking. Then Marissa turned toward me, desperate. This is your fault. If you'd been a better husband. I cut her off. You drugged your own sister and assaulted her husband because I wasn't good enough. That's your excuse. And that was it. The whole room exploded into chaos. Evelyn was bawling. Celeste lunged at Marissa, but a couple of cousins held her back before it turned into a full-on brawl. Terrell slipped his wedding ring off and tossed it at Celeste's feet, then walked out without another word. My mom started praying out loud like the house was on fire, and Julian, of course, had his phone out, recording everything. Marissa tried one last angle, clutching her stomach and shouting, I'm pregnant. You can't do this to a pregnant woman. Simone let out this bitter laugh. Girl, you just admitted to sexual assault. On tape. We all heard it. It wasn't assault, Marissa snapped. He wanted it. Simone shot back instantly, we literally just heard him say no, while drunk. That was the breaking point. Marissa grabbed her purse and bolted. Celeste collapsed into tears, and just like that, Thanksgiving was officially cancelled. Update 5. The fallout has been pure chaos. First came the legal hammer. Terrell filed a police report. Between the audio, the video footage, and the receipt for Plan B, there's more than enough evidence stacked against Marissa. She's been blowing up phones across the family, begging everyone to pressure Terrell into dropping it. Then at 2 a.m, she showed up at my apartment, pounding on my door. Please, she sobbed, you have to help me. They're saying I could go to jail. I looked her dead in the eye. You drugged and assaulted someone. It wasn't assault, she argued. We were both drunk. You literally admitted to drugging Celeste. And Terrell was unconscious, I told her. Her defense. He got hard. That means he wanted it. No, I said flatly. That's not how it works, and you know it. If I go to jail, what happens to the baby? She cried. Not my problem. You're supposed to be my husband. Actually, I told her, the divorce papers being served to you tomorrow say otherwise. She tried to shove her way into my apartment, but I blocked the door. Leave, Marissa. Or I'm calling the cops. You wouldn't dare, she spat. So I started dialing. She ran. Then came the family split. Somehow, she managed to scrape together a Team Marissa. It consisted of her mom Evelyn, who kept repeating, she made a mistake, but family sticks together, her Aunt Naomi, who claimed Terrell probably led her on, and 2 cousins who genuinely believe men can't be assaulted. Everyone else. Team, not Marissa. Celeste filed for divorce immediately, and on top of that, got a restraining order against her own sister. She even posted on Facebook, finding out your sister drugged you to sleep with your husband is not how I plan to end 2024. The comments were savage, but absolutely deserved. Update 6. Marissa's entitlement went into overdrive. She actually tried to sue Terrell for child support. Her own lawyer dropped her after hearing the recording, so she represented herself in court. Her argument? No matter the circumstances, he's the biological father, so he has to provide for his child. The judge stared at her like she was out of her mind. Ma'am, you are under investigation for sexual assault. Against the very person you're demanding support from. She tried to push back. But the baby needs. 16/09/2025, 21:08. The judge cut her off. Ma'am, I strongly suggest you focus on your criminal case. When that failed, she pivoted to targeting me. She argued that since we were still married when conception happened, I was legally the presumed father and should pay support. My lawyer shut that down fast. Your Honor, my client has written texts from Ms. Marissa stating explicitly that it is not his child. Also, the timeline proves he was in another city when conception occurred. And the absolute peak of her delusion? She started a pregnancy blog called Thriving After Betrayal, painting herself as the victim abandoned by everyone in her time of need. She actually wrote, "Society has failed pregnant women who make difficult choices in pursuit of love." Someone found it and posted screenshots on Twitter. The comments section lit her up. One reply nailed it: difficult choices equals drugging your sister and assaulting her husband. Girl, seek help. The blog lasted all of 72 hours before getting taken down for community guideline violations. Update 7. With Christmas around the corner, Marissa went nuclear. She forged fake text messages between us, making it look like I'd threatened her, then posted them on Instagram with a dramatic caption about escaping domestic violence. Problem? She's terrible with technology. The timestamps were during times I was provably at work, literally presenting to a room of 50 people. On top of that, she used the wrong area code for my number. I didn't even have to defend myself. Internet detectives ripped it apart in minutes. Somebody even traced the exact app she used to create fake texts and posted a tutorial exposing her. Her Instagram account got banned for spreading false information. Next, she tried breaking into Celeste's house to retrieve her things, even though she'd never lived there. Celeste's Ring camera caught her at 3 in the morning, jimmying the window while wearing a "baby on board" shirt, like pregnancy was supposed to be a get-out-of-jail-free card. The cops arrested her on the spot. She told them she was there to get her property back and accused Celeste of stealing her baby's father. The police report quoted the officer, "Ma'am, you can't break into someone's house, no matter your relationship drama." She got released on bail, Evelyn posted it, but now she's facing attempted burglary charges, a violation of her restraining order, plus the still pending sexual assault case. Her response? She jumped on her mom's Facebook and wrote that the system is rigged against pregnant women. Update 8. So here's where everything stands now. Marissa's holed up at her mom's house, the only place she's still welcome. Evelyn's the last person defending her. She's pregnant, facing multiple criminal charges, completely delusional, and tried launching a pregnancy support fund online. It raised a whopping $73, all from her mom's church friends who don't know the full story. Once somebody dropped the recording into the comments, donations stopped cold. She's banned from all family events. Simone told me she even tried to crash a cousin's birthday party but got physically removed by hired security. That cousin literally brought in security just because of her. Celeste's in therapy now and staying with Simone. Divorce proceedings are moving fast since Terrell isn't contesting a single thing. 16/09/2025, 21:08. Marissa eventually made one big public statement online. She wrote, "I lost a husband and a sister in the same moment. The betrayal from both is unbearable, but at least Terrell was unconscious. Marissa was stone cold sober when she decided to destroy me. Terrell's been living with his brother and going to therapy too. The DNA test confirmed what we already knew, he's the father. But he's already said he wants no part of custody and plans to sign away all parental rights. His lawyer is pushing hard for prosecution on the assault charges. He told me once, I can't even look at anything from that weekend without feeling sick. As for me, the divorce wrapped up faster than I ever thought possible, thanks to her own admission of cheating and the pending criminal case. She walked away with nothing but her personal belongings and her car. And even that car got repossessed last week after she stopped making payments for 3 months straight. Life has moved on. I started seeing Celeste, a teacher from my gym, who thinks the whole saga sounds insane. She jokes that she's grateful she's an only child, because at least she doesn't have to worry about a sister trying to sabotage her life. Julian's still shaken up over the fact Marissa once tried to trap him with a pregnancy, even though he's literally sterile. He's had to hand his medical records to 3 different lawyers just to prove it. He even started a Reddit thread called, "My ex tried to claim I got her pregnant even though I had a vasectomy." That thing blew up and went viral. And then there's the baby, that part breaks my heart the most. The child is due in May, but odds are, it'll be born while Marissa is either sitting in a cell awaiting trial or already serving time. Terrell doesn't want to be involved, and I can't blame him. Marissa's mom, Evelyn, says she'll raise the baby, but she's 67 and has serious health problems. The whole family is shattered. There will never be another joint Thanksgiving. Christmas is cancelled for good. Marissa's selfishness destroyed multiple relationships in one single moment. Final update. The trial wrapped up last week, and it did not go well for Marissa. She waddled into court 6 months pregnant, wearing a maternity dress with the word, "blessed," stretched across her belly. Her lawyer was a public defender, no one else would take her case, and the poor guy looked defeated before the first witness was even called. The prosecution came armed. They played the audio. They showed the security footage. They brought the Plan B receipt. The pharmacy clerk even testified, saying she remembered Marissa laughing about needing it because she did something stupid while drunk. Against her lawyer's advice, Marissa took the stand. She insisted it was all consensual and that the recording was just roleplay. When the prosecutor asked why Celeste was unconscious, Marissa shrugged and said, "She always takes too much Xanax. That's not my fault." The prosecutor fired back, "But you admitted on audio to putting extra in her wine." Marissa's excuse: "That was a joke." The prosecutor leaned in, "Do you often joke about drugging people?" Her reply: "I didn't drug Terrell." "No," he said. "Just your sister, so you could assault her husband." She shot back, "It wasn't assault." He climaxed. At that point, the judge had to call a recess because half the jury looked physically sick. The verdict came down, guilty of third-degree sexual assault and guilty of administering a drug to commit a crime. Sentencing is set for next month, but her lawyer admitted she's looking at 2 to 4 years. With the baby due in May, she'll probably end up giving birth behind bars. Evelyn lost it completely in court, screaming about how the system was destroying a mother. Security had to drag her out. Since then, she's been flooding Facebook with posts about injustice and begging for prayers for her persecuted daughter. 16/09/2025, 21:08. Celeste's victim impact statement wrecked everyone in the room. She said, "She was my sister. I trusted her more than anyone. She drugged me and violated my husband in my own bed, then tried to play the victim when the truth came out. The betrayal is indescribable. I can't sleep. I can't trust anyone. She destroyed my life for a drunk hookup." Terrell's statement wasn't any easier to hear. "I've been in therapy twice a week since November. I can't be intimate with anyone. I have nightmares. And the fact that a child is coming out of this, out of my assault, makes it unbearable. I'm signing away my rights because I can't look at that baby without being reminded of the worst night of my life." Marissa tried to interrupt him, yelling, "You're abandoning your child." The judge shut her down quick. "Ma'am, you're only making this worse for yourself." After the verdict, Marissa posted one last status before being taken to holding, wrongfully convicted for being in love. "This isn't over. But the truth is, yeah, Marissa, it is. As for me, the divorce is final. I'm in therapy, trying to work through the betrayal. Celeste's been by my side, taking things slow but steady with me. She even came to court and held my hand through the whole damn ordeal. The house is gone now, sold off, and I packed up everything to move into a new apartment that's closer to work. Feels like the right place to start over. I cut ties with Marissa's side of the family, blocked all of them except Simone and Celeste, since they've actually been in my corner through this whole train wreck. Julian and I have gotten closer too. He cracks jokes sometimes about how his vasectomy saved him from being baby-trapped, but I can tell the whole ordeal still weighs heavy on him. We even see the same therapist now, different sessions, same practice. Helps knowing we're both trying to work through it. A lot of people ask if I feel bad about the baby. The truth is, yeah, I do. That kid didn't do a damn thing wrong, yet it's about to come into the world surrounded by chaos. Marissa's mom, Evelyn, insists she'll raise the baby, but she's already showing signs of dementia. If she can't manage it, the state might step in. That's heartbreaking, but the responsibility doesn't land on me. It lands squarely on Marissa, the one who decided to drug her sister, assault her brother-in-law, try to trap my brother, lie through her teeth, double down when she got caught, and burn every bridge she ever had. All for drama and attention. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Her prize? A prison sentence and a baby she'll never get to raise. As for me, I'm done with this chapter. I'm moving forward with my life. And if anyone out there ever finds themselves with a partner claiming they're pregnant by your sibling, run. But before you panic, maybe double-check if your siblings had a vasectomy first. Could save you a world of grief. Edit, since it keeps coming up, yes, this story is real. No, I'm not sharing court documents or real names. And yes, Terrell is in therapy now with someone who specializes in working with male assault victims. Men can be victims too. Edit 2, please quit trying to dig up Marissa's social media. She's in jail. Let it go. Edit 3, for everyone asking about Thanksgiving recipes since ours went down in flames, my mom makes a killer mac and cheese. Says the secret ingredient is not having family drama. Might want to work on that first.